We believe that every dog deserves a chance. Okay. Why would you make me cry? I'm done. I can't do this part. So they didn't ask to be born into this world. They didn't ask to be abandoned. I look at it personally that my own pets, if one got loose and injured, and I would want somebody to do everything they could so that I could get my beloved animal back. Furball is extremely critical to helping us do what we do. It's been said that, why do you do this? We've had comments on some of our animals that you should just euthanize it and put it out of its misery. It's suffering. And 2 days later, after it's got the surgery and the funds put into it, it's not suffering. And a week, 2 weeks later, it's back to normal. And a month later, it's in a new home and it's happy. So why would you want to not try?
Brooks was about 6-week-old puppy that was actually found behind a laundromat with his ear cut off. It's wrong. It's a very sad case. This was a little tiny puppy that somebody chose to hold down and cut its ear off. I think he had about 25 stitches put into his ear. They had cut the ear so flat, they actually cut a lot of the inside of the ear even. So that dog went through a lot of pain for no reason. He's happy and healthy now, and he's about to go up for adoption, so we're thankful for that. All dogs have this amazing gift where they can actually have trauma done to them and they recover, and they forgive and they love again and they move on, so unlike humans. Dogs are very lucky that they can do that, and I do feel that Brooks has done that as well. Me and Carter have a long history. I watched Carter actually suffer in a backyard for well over a year. And unfortunately, because they provided the minimum for the animal had a doghouse. The animal had water half the time and had food every time they'd actually went out and checked on it. Till one day there was a post made about some dogs in a backyard, and one of the dogs was dead. And I instantly recognized the back of this house. I knew exactly which house this was. So Carter, when we got him, I actually think he was about 37 pounds, and he should have been upward about a 70-pound dog. Heartworm positive, and he could not stand. I remember Brian Sigmund, the LT at the animal shelter, saying, "I need you to come look at this dog." And he took me back into that hall, and I take one look at Amy, I look at him, and I say, well, we make our choice right now. We pick this dog up, we get it to a vet, or he's gonna die. Carter lives a nice, happy, healthy life on a couch now, and he weighs about 70, I think he was about 73 pounds last time I seen him. To be able to give Carter that, for him to live 6 years in such a neglectful situation and be able to be the light at the end of his tunnel, that's what it's all about for me. And I know that's what it's all about for all of our volunteers and all the people that fight every single day for these dogs.
If you just drive through the city and take the alleyways in certain areas, you'll see a lot of dogs living life 24/7 on a chain. And when we say chain, this is a chain. This is like a log chain. TJ has no teeth because chain dogs typically, out of boredom or trying to free themselves, chew on their chains constantly. They really have nothing else to do. They just live life day after day on a chain. Cinder's chain probably weighed 80 to 100 pounds. The clasp on it was about this big. And Cinder's only a little 40-pound pitty. So imagine this hanging off of him with this huge tow truck chain or log chain. A lot of it's for conditioning because it builds the strength in their front for fighting. Cinder and TJ, Deli, that's what they call her now. Amazing dogs. They're loving. They just wanted free of the life that they were captive in. But they're dogs, just like any other dog. It'd be like taking your personal pet, putting it on a chain, throwing it in a backyard. How would your dog act? And what kind of love would he want?
And I get there and I clearly see that this dog has been in quite the dog fight. He's got damage from pretty much his shoulder all the way down. Both legs are definitely broken, and he is still licking my face. he is still being the sweetest dog ever. This amazing dog with broken leg and all is trying to stand. I mean, he's trying to stand up to get to us. Miller is now living a life not like too many pit bulls that I know. We actually made him our first prosthetic leg dog. He had never done it before, but Miller had such drive that even though these legs are broken, he was gonna walk. So we decided, you wanna walk, we're gonna make you walk again. So we amputated one leg. He's actually still going through fittings right now for his prosthetic. But at this point, Miller lives with a couple huskies who he plays on the floor with nonstop, loves them, plays with my cats, loves my kid, just loves everybody. He's just a great dog, and he deserved all the attention that he got. So Tesha's abuse case was one that lasted a long time. So the dog was actually sitting in a crate full of her urine and feces. It was actually burning her skin. She had urine burn, feces burn, and lack of food and hookworms. So she was dropping weight and her skin was being eaten alive by her own feces. But the dog now, today, is a very loving dog. She's an amazing dog, very happy, very loving, has a brother. You know, looking at Tesha, even when she was adopted, she wasn't gorgeous yet. And they took a chance on her and helped get her across that line and helped turn her into a beautiful dog. You know, we always tell people, see something, say something. And Speckles is one of those cases. I make contact and I say, this is what I've heard. I've heard you got an injured dog out here. Would you mind if I take a look at her? We start looking for her, can't find her. We eventually lift up a little bit of trash and she's actually buried herself beneath trash and is dying. She had given up. I took one look at her and I knew she'd given up. She thought, this is it. I'm dying, I'm rotting away, and I'm done. Every time I touch her, she flinches. She's unsure about it. But then I notice when I stop, she kind of nudges a little bit closer. So I can see that she's starting to understand during this car ride that I'm there to help her. She was able to keep most of her paw, which was a huge thing because we really felt that she was probably going to lose it and going to be a tripod dog and only have 3 legs. Now Speckles is no longer afraid of people. She loves people, wants to be with them every chance she gets. Whenever she sees you, she gives you her belly. She expects a good belly rub before you ask anything of her. She loves to go on walks now, so you can see how much she's changed and how much she really enjoys being with people now. Which for her, I don't think she ever felt that love. I don't think she ever knew what that was, what a person was besides somebody that just was there. She now knows that they are there for her, and she loves that about her new life. The way that I see it is that if enough people believe like me and are willing to put forth $1 here and $5 here and $10 here, and I say, this is what I need for this dog, and they give me the money, I'm gonna spend the money on the dog. And I think that a lot of people have that same state of mind that I do. You know, we all band together and $5 isn't much. It's easy to save a life that a normal person couldn't save. That's what rescue is about to me, is taking on the cases that other people are afraid of, taking on the cases that look horrible, you know, taking on the broken pit bull. You know, there's thousands and thousands of them. But people still help us do it. And the people in Wichita are donators, they back us up. So they obviously feel the same way. So we'll keep doing it, and there's not a dollar amount on any dog that comes through this rescue.